We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Malik Washington, Miami Dolphins rookie wide receiver, who had his most productive game yet. After releasing Odell Beckham Jr., he really got involved against the Texans in this game plan. Unfortunately, the Dolphins offense had a bad day, but I think Washington was one of the, better players for the Dolphins offensively for sure in this one. At least something positive to take away. He actually had some routes where, unfortunately, the offensive line couldn't hold up in time, but got open on man-to-man. Some of his better routes in this game were plays he didn't get targeted because there was no time. But he was really effective versus zone, get underneath, finding soft spots in that intermediate part of the field, doing a lot of work there. I think that's where he'll usually make a lot of his money, is just being a reliable slot receiver. That's kind of where he feels most comfortable. And then just special teams. He's been a special teams impact for most of the year. After that Packers fumble that he had on the special teams, the past two games have been really productive for him. Versus Houston and the Jets. Offensively, special teams, he helped win you that Jets game. He's even doing some dirty work up front for you as a blocker, playing with toughness. And, they're even having him run vertical routes on the outside. That's not really his game, but he's drawing PIs. So it's nice to see him making a positive impact for a 6th-round rookie. It's exactly, what you want to see out there. It's just solid play for you. And that's what, at this point in the season, this is what I'm evaluating. I'm looking for the younger guys, the rookies, the guys that I want to see what we have out of them next year, because you're trying to build this team, kind of flip it around pretty deeply too, because it's an old team, so you really got to know what you have out of these young guys for sure. And Malik, just getting involved here. Love to see this, just throwing the swing route to him. He's the check down option. Actually, probably one of two better throws in the game, because he leads him very well to transition upfield. But Malik catches it in stride, and then just boom, good burst, good short area athleticism. He's just a threat with the ball in his hands. Just a big play here, which is nice to see. He can make people miss. Just understands and has such a good feel for space and stuff like that, because here he is. This is one of the better routes of the day. This is versus Derek Stingley, man-to-man, and you can see this off man-to-man. Look at him attack outside leverage like this. He attacks outside leverage. He's stemming this to this outside half of Stingley. And then once he gets Stingley to open up his hips, he works back to the inside. Does a great job with his hands there too. He transitions back to the inside, very smooth. Boom, good hand. Not allow Stingley to get his hands on you. And then break to the inside. So you're just flipping him around. Unfortunately, the ball couldn't go there because Tua had to escape the pocket to his left. So there's no chance to throw this to Washington. But he was the one who got open on this play. And he did it versus their best corner when, it was the only time he really went against him in man-to-man. But, even Tyreek wasn't getting open versus Stingley often in this game. But this is a really good route. Just love the stem. Boom. Eat up the cushion. So he eats up the cushion. Just enough cushion. And then he also now is able to attack the blind spot. Really good hand placement. And then break away. That's pretty impressive for a guy that, most of his work should come out in the slot. But doing that on the outside. Here's another rep where, he didn't get a chance to get thrown to. But, they're running the stick and nod where, he hit basically that double move. And he does a great job. Look what he does to this DB who's trying to match him. Boom, just quick out. He tries to squeeze. Boom, throw it around. There is a safety over the top. So if Tua did have time, he would have to throw it right away to hit it between this window. But unfortunately, this was the play Liam got destroyed on. But two of my favorite reps literally were from Malik's route running when he didn't get a chance to be targeted, because you can see the shiftiness here. Look at the quick twitch, because they're running the same concept on both sides. Jonnu does a good job too, but he gets kind of held on the play. But even Malik has more separation created. Feels like Jonnu and Malik were kind of the only ones really having an impact in this game. Tyreek got taken away. Waddle got taken away before he got injured. Thank God that's not serious, but nice to see Malik also being a screen threat for your team. Create this lane, almost like he's returning kicks or punts on special teams. Get downhill. Like to see this burst. Waste no time too. And I just think one thing Malik has, even though he's shorter, I feel like he has this almost running back type build. So he's natural with the ball in his hands. And there's plenty of examples of him having just great balance, body control. Here, not a crazy play as a receiver, but this was the first third down of the game, first down conversion. He just sits down here, gets the ball, and once he catches it, flip your hips, get upfield, make sure, because you're about to get hit, but make sure you can transition yourself to get that first down and is able to fall forward. Just making heads up play, good awareness. There's nothing insane happening, and at the start of this, he's just kind of sitting in the same spot, but it ends up working out and just showing good situational football awareness to get that first down. And I just wanted to show all of his catches. like using him in these like underneath areas. He had a couple times where he just sat down and became like that threat that picked up 5 yards for you. Malik always has had reliable hands too. Hasn't had too much of a chance to show it at the NFL level, but college he was always like a very good hands catcher. So I think using him more in like this short to intermediate area is kind of where he should be making his money. And is obviously as a returner, like he's the Dolphins returner now, and I feel pretty good that he'll probably be your returner next year too. Catches the ball, and then just good vision here. See that this lane's opening up, breaks to the outside, make the first guy miss, give a little hesitation to freeze this guy, boom, break back away. I feel like when he does this, like when he completely stops his feet sometimes, he does a really good job with his jump cuts, like to the like laterally, like completely lateral, boom, good hips, run through a tackle there, fall forward. Really good balance because like he takes a pretty clean hit right here. Boom, clean hit, but then to stay there and then fall forward and then finish while getting tackled. Pretty good stuff. Malik, now, boom. I would love to see more of this where like he's in the slot and he just has like just a quick out. I would love to see more option routes where like he can break inside outside. This one's not an option route because you can tell Tyreek is they're just running, stick here. He's just the out. This guy squeezes Tyreek. You take Malik out into the flat, boom, catch the ball, takes a hit, just picking up a solid 5 yards on the play. Nothing too crazy, but it's just him being productive for the team, doing more than some of the other receivers after, Tyreek and Waddle for you, which for a 6-round rookie is pretty nice. And he's also being asked to do a lot of dirty work. Like here, he motions across, peel this back, and then kick out the DB. Like he does his job here. Like he kicks him out enough. Achane, unfortunately, I think just trips over Malik's legs, but like Achane potentially could have scored here, but it's just nice to see they're trusting Malik to get down here and block. Like here, right here, like he's down at the line of scrimmage. Just plays a little bit laggy, sorry, but he goes up and just meets the DB in the hole and is able to drive his feet. Being like this is what the Rams do a lot, but they do this with like Nakua and Cooper Kupp, who are much bigger receivers, and Malik's able to get involved and do just enough to allow Achane to carry his momentum in there. As I was talking about, he drew the PI here on DJ Reed. I don't even think he was expecting to get the ball, but draws the PI. I would like, if he gets vertical like shots, I would like to see it be out of like from the slot, like maybe a slot fade. I feel more comfortable with him doing that, but they're asking him to play multiple different receiver spots, and he's making big plays. And this was probably his biggest play of the season, this kick return, which helped the Dolphins tie the game and go to overtime versus the Jets, which kept your season alive. And I mean, even though you lost to the Texans, like the season's pretty much over. It's technically still alive. I looked at the, what needs to happen, and it's actually not that crazy. Like you need the Colts to lose one game, which is very possible, even though they have an easy schedule. And then you either need, and then after that, like you definitely need the Colts to lose one. They can't win out. And then the other way is you either need the Broncos to lose out, which they have 3 tough games, or you need the Chargers to lose 2 of their last 3, which they play the Broncos next, so we'll find out pretty quickly which one you're going to end up needing based on who the Chargers or Broncos win or lose. But then the Chargers have 2 pretty easy games to end the season, so even if they lose to the Broncos, I guess if the Chargers lose to the Broncos on Thursday and then the Dolphins beat the Niners, you're only 1 game back, which is crazy to me that there would only be 1 game back. They put themselves in such a hole. Like, I would like with the odds. I mean, it's not impossible, but I would say it's very, very, very unlikely. But nice to see the rookies impacting. I would say versus Houston, like Chop Robinson was one of your best defenders. Malik Washington was one of your best offensive weapons in the game. I think Patrick Paul, who played left tackle, was one of the better O-linemen for you. I would still probably say Brewer played better overall. But Paul, I think, had a good game in pass protection, especially against a tough opponent. I would like to see some better run blocking there. I'm going to do Patrick Paul tomorrow, so I'll have that film breakdown. But the rookies who played in this game made good impact, which I guess is like the biggest positive development going just into next season, because that's kind of where you're looking at, and you need to hopefully hit on free agency in the draft because this team needs help. But it's the NFL. Things can change very quickly. You can make your team better very quickly, and you can also get a lot worse very quickly. So we'll see how it ends up playing out next season. So here's the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe,